Good morning, everyone. It is 8:07 a.m. Time for episode 2 of the Spokane Experience today. What I have up here is from May 3rd, a former city council member, Mike Allen, I believe it is. Yeah, Mike Allen has launched a voter initiative that would amend the city charter to cap the salaries of Spokane City Council members at the city median household income. I think this is good. I think this is a step in the right direction. I think I think the city council members are way off track. I don't think uh, I think they're being far too creative in their endeavors. I think their expanse, like Mike has said, is getting too broad. They're taking on too many obligations, which take away from their legitimate obligations, and they're probably doing it to justify the wage. We shouldn't have city council members who are more worried about a living wage than worried about being leaders of the community and directing our community in the right direction. Leadership positions shouldn't be about profits. That's a business model. Okay, you want your corporation leaders to have bonuses and salary bases and all that because it's a business and profit runs business. We don't want our city council to be in the business of business. We want our city council to be in the business of representation, of community design and community. They need to represent the community and the needs of the community, not be a job. It's not a job. All right. Maybe you've heard, maybe you haven't, but I ran for governor last fall and did quite well for being as broke as I was and as unknown as I was. I didn't come in last. So, anyways, early on, I took part in many a different Zoom meeting, but because I was a white male, I wasn't allowed to speak, which was interesting. And what I noticed was some flaming left-wing Democrat at the Young Democrats of Pierce County, I believe that was encouraging young 18-year-olds to become politicians. Now, I probably wouldn't have said anything at the time if they did let me speak, which they didn't. That's stupid. That's stupid in a lot of ways. What does an 18-year-old know about the world? Right? I'm not saying they're not creative. I'm not saying they're bright. I'm not saying they would have a good idea or two, but to be leaders of our community at 18, to get involved in politics before getting involved in reality, how are they going to know about, how can they represent people that they haven't been a part of? This is what, and I thought that was very stupid. And again, civics and leadership roles in the community need to be at a discount because that ensures that people aren't there for the wage and don't feel like if they lose their job, it should. What are you going to do if you get voted out? See, if it's a job for you and you rely on it to make money, that's going to make you very susceptible to powerful influence for kickbacks and campaign funds, so you don't lose your job. But it shouldn't be a job. You shouldn't be out there taking campaign funds so you don't lose your job. You should be out there taking campaign funds because those are the areas and supporters you feel you best represent. This is how corruption begins and gets embedded. And Mike Allen has a perfectly valid point. Now, I know a lot of people have a rather bitter, less than nice opinion about Mike Fagan. but he was a council member for quite a long time. And according to this article, he does make a good point. Where did you go? Where did you go? Allen, like former Mayor David Condon, on his way out of the office in 2009, has criticized the current council for expanding the scope of its office. Like I was saying, pardon me. The council budget was $630,000 in 2011. That number has grown to $2.2 million. That is a 6 times. That's almost a 4 times increase in 10 years. Yeah. Those in their prime earning years are not going to forego a livable wage and future pension package to serve for 4 to 8 years as a council member. The current salary is below Spokane's livable wage for a single person. What? And that's what Lori Kinnear told the Salary Review Commission last year. I believe I saw it. Where is it? The council president currently earns $62,000. Let's see. I believe I saw a number of like $50,000 a year. Tacoma, for example, paid its council members $44,000. The job. Sorry about this. I served with Mike Allen, and Mike treated the job as a part-time job. Okay, that's just trash talk. Allen rejects this assertion and countered, if Mom is so confident of community expectations, she should endorse an advisory vote on the subject. So, yeah, Mike Allen was trying to put forth the advisory vote, which they ignored. They did that on the statement. They ignored it. Former city council member Mike Allen had dedicated more than 40 hours a week to the job, but doesn't feel the council members should expect to get paid like it's a full-time gig. He also described the current salary as fair, and was one of the few to speak out against the raises in 2016. You don't run for and get elected to office based on salary, which I agree with. Put your private life on hold for whatever terms it's going to be. This is the sacrifice. This is why public service is a sacrifice. It shouldn't be a desirable way of living. All right. If approved, I believe that the initiative to appear on the ballot, the number of signatures must be greater than 5% of the number of votes cast in the most recent general municipal election. That'd be 3,477 signatures. Mike Allen, if you see this video, I'm aboard. Let's go get some signatures. And that's the second episode today on the Spokane Experience. I try to keep it short and sweet. Something we need to be concerned about. These council members, they're fucking woke. I don't like that. They're more concerned about the minorities than they are about the majority. And we need to be concerned about the minority, but the majority comes first. The best thing for most of Spokane is more important than what's best for a tiny part of Spokane. Have a good day. Check out the ones you love. Check often. Resist COVID thinking. Cancel culture. And don't defund the police. Reform them. And it's the unions, dummy.